Hello. It's been such a long time. Good day to you. It's been ages. It's been 3 weeks, I think. Maybe 4. I was legitimately busy on a couple of them. So, actually, before I get into that, let's say hello. Let's say hello. How are we? How are we doing? How are you? Look at me. I'm here still. Same on me. The old Deadpool Adidas t-shirt. You like it? I like this. I thought it was quite funky. It's not like somebody just did it, but I liked it, so I'm having it. Yes, so I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all happy and healthy and all the good stuff. If you're not, give me a call. I could cheer you up. It's I think it's been 4 weeks. I'd have to have a look back. I was legitimately busy on a few of them, and I was knackered by the weekend. And then a couple of last week, it was just pure laziness. I just couldn't be arsed to do anything. I was actually, was it last? Yeah, no, I was busy. I was busy. It was my birthday last week, wasn't it? Shit, it's been a week. So last week, we so Saturday, I was stressed out, man. We did a surprise. It was my mum's 70th birthday. It's the day before mine. So mum's on the 4th, I'm the 5th of September. And just remember that 5th of September. So we because it was the 70th, and then I wasn't going to do anything because there's a whole reason I stopped celebrating my birthday was because I fell out about birthdays with my mum because we tried to organise something for her 60th, and she found out about it. It was a surprise. That was all. She found out about it, and she made us cancel it, and I had to call every single person to say that we're cancelling it, or make up an excuse or whatever. And I said to her, if I have to do that, I'm never going to celebrate my birthday again. And I never did after that. So that was 10 years ago. So I never really celebrated. I mean, people have. I mean, it's since then I've been out for a meal or something. I mean, the last one was it last year or the year before, where I was taken out as for a birthday meal. Didn't want to do it. I reluctantly agreed because I spent the time and effort to do it. But other than that, I was like, never had any cake on my 40th. During that period, it was my 40th. Never celebrated my 40th. Never did anything. But I remember I was sitting on the sofa in the lounge and watching telly. I remember just sitting there, and then like my sisters came over, and they gave me a present. But I never cut any cakes. Never did anything like that. So don't get me a cake. I mean, I'd get cards and stuff, but there was no actual celebration. So that was the reason I never celebrated my birthday. So I honestly didn't want to do this 30th, this 70th one, just because of that, and not because I didn't want to celebrate it. I said, what we can do, we'll just take mum out for a meal, just like us and my sisters and the girls. So we'll just go out for a meal like we did on my son's birthday not long ago, and a nice meal, all of us together. And they said, no, we've got to do something. We've got to mark the occasion. We have to do so. I said, like, it's on you guys. That I'm not taking the flak for it. You guys have to sort of. And it's fine. I'm the youngest, so they can take that. I said, okay, cool. And then we kind of, between the three of us, they sorted out aspects of it, and I sorted out bits over this way. So and we ended up, apart from the very last, everything was working fine until the very last minute. We planned it, and I said, I'm going to leave at this time. Mom thinks we're going out for a meal. You guys are meeting us at the restaurant, and we're going to and she'll be in the car, and then we'll just pull up we'll message you when we're leaving, because my venue was like 5 minutes away from here. We'll message you when we're about to leave, and then I want everybody that's there, because everybody should be there, that needs to be there. Everybody outside the venue, when we pull up, they can all say surprise when we pull up in the car park, and then she can't refuse to get out of the car. So that was the main reason I did it. And so I pulled out the drive in the car. So okay, it's all. Told my son, send a message now saying we're leaving, and so they sent messages to a number of people, just so everybody knew, like, if one person misses the other person. So they're coming. So they were all ready on that side, and then just as I pulled out the drive, so I reversed out the drive, and the car pulled up around the corner from the house, turning into a road. I was like, because it was our road's quite a narrow road, and there was a car parked on the side. I had to give it way for it to come past. And then I realised it was one of my uncles. And I thought, for fuck's sake, just at the last minute. And then I thought, hopefully Mum doesn't notice, and I'll kind of just tell him to follow me without her noticing. And then she realised it was him, and it's like, but then it didn't. Luckily, it didn't click in her brain that it was like a party that we'd organised, and she just thought we'd just invited them as well, because it's like Mum's cousin is like a brother, so it's like so she just assumed that we'd invited them as well. So luckily it didn't, but I was swearing all the way for the 5 minutes. We're like, there's always one person that ruins it, and it's like, but anyway, we pulled that off successfully, and it was like, it was a lovely surprise, and it worked. She enjoyed herself, everybody had a good time, and so that was all good. I did ask my uncle, why did you come home? And he said, well, you didn't say where it was. It literally, on the invitation I sent out, it literally had the Mum's 70th birthday surprise party, the date, the location, and the time. There was no other address on there. There was only one address on there, and that was not for home. But anyway, luckily it worked. So yeah, and then so that was that, and then it was like, you know, when you do your own event kind of thing, it stresses you out. Well, it does me anyway. There's a lot of running around to make sure everything's there, and I had to do a trip to Asda during it. We need some of this, we need this. I said, well, I'll go and get it. So it's like, you never really have a time to. I never got a chance to sit down and enjoy it, because you're just like running around and like enjoy just spending some time with some of the family that were there, because you don't always get lately as well. You don't always get the opportunity, do you? So, but anyway, it worked. And then I came home. When I came home later on, I had a couple of drinks and just chilled for a bit, and it was alright. It was alright. Actually, the girls stayed till after midnight, so so they could give me my presents for my birthday. So when it was midnight, I got happy birthdays as well, and got my presents. That was nice. And then watched TV for a bit, and then went to sleep. But yeah, so birthday was it was just running around. I felt like I was running around all day. First, somebody had this thing at the temple that we've been invited to. I thought, Mum likes us to go to the temple on your birthday anyway, so I said, I've got to go anyway, so we might as well just go there. So I went there. We were there for a couple of hours, and then on the way back, my sister said, you might have some of the stuff left in the car from yesterday. We haven't emptied the car, so you might as well come on the way home. Come to ours first, because it was on the way, because we had to go Birmingham to the temple, then on the way to theirs. And then we stopped there. We ended up stopping there for a couple of hours. It was nice. That was alright. Stopping there a couple of hours, had a cup of tea, chat, and then we came home, and the venue had contacted me saying, you haven't picked up your rubbish, because we meant to pick up the rubbish. And then I did email them to say, what time can I pick it up? And I thought, on the off chance that they're open, I'll go and pick it up now. Luckily, the gate was open, so I was able to pick up the rubbish, which then cut my hand. It's alright now. I cut my hand because one of the bags had broken bottles in there, and the glass caught my hand, and then a couple of the other bags leaked in the boot, and my car stunk of bin juice. It was like there was quite a lot of bin bags, and then I had to find somewhere because the tip had closed by the time I got it. So I did chuck it away in the bins, but it was just finding bins to put them into. So I didn't dump it. I didn't fly tip or anything like that. I put them in proper legitimate, all round Telford bins, and they'll be collected at some point. But and then the rest are in our home bin. But yeah, so got rid of that, and then got to home, and I had to clean the boot because it was just a mess. There was like yogurt leaked into there, and it was if I leave it in there, it's gonna stink. So I had to clean up. That was like for an hour, a good hour. I was cleaning the boot, clean the seats and everything, make sure it was all the crap was off them, and then I finally sat. I think I sat down about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I had something to eat, and I had a drink, and that was my birthday. So yeah, it wasn't really the best of birthdays. There's me going, yeah, I could start celebrating my birthday again, and literally it was just me by myself. So yeah, standard. Maybe next year, eh? It depends who you're celebrating with. I mean, like I say, I don't want a party or anything like that, but it depends who you're with when you're celebrating your birthday. So, like, you want to have a laugh and a joke, and it's an all good fun. So yeah, but anyway, as they say, it is what it is. You just kind of get on with it, and Yeah, because when people message me, how did you really enjoy your birthday? Did you have a good day? And like, well, you feel like saying, well, you feel. Well, a few people I did tell, but like most people say, yeah, it was cool, it was cool. And I was like, but yeah, now you know. Now if you, it's like, yeah, all I said was, yeah, it's fine. You know, the fine. When you say it's fine, it's fine. It was okay. Yeah, you know they're bullshitting. Fine. Fine's a dangerous word. I'm fine. See, I always worry when somebody says it in a text message. I'm fine, or I'm okay. I need to pull some more information out of there to find out if you're okay, because generally you're not. And yeah, I do it as well. I'm not immune to it. I was suffering from a bit of melancholy this week at the beginning of the week. I was just like, I don't know why it was. I was just feeling a bit sad. But there was no specific. There's a specific reason for it. And I was like, I wasn't sure. But then I got out of it. I was alright out of it. Start a new job tomorrow, so it's just a weird one because because I'm working from home. It's like I'm not physically moving, even though I am moving. But even if I was in the office, I'd still be in the office. I wouldn't have moved anywhere because this is like they're like quite a remote, not remote in terms of, but they work a lot remotely because they're spread all over the country. This team, and there's only a small team, and they're like they're literally all over the country. So it's like so I probably would have not actually physically moved anywhere. I might have just moved desks in the office. Oh shit. I've got this new setup. You should see it's fucking technical. It's not really. It's 2 tubs of whatever they are. One of these juice boxes, and one of these behind it. Just standing up straight. It's higher up actually, so you can see me better. But it's the height wise, I was doing it. That's why. But anyway, yeah. So it's like I'm not actually physically moving anywhere. So it's like it's just weird. I am starting a new job, and it's like completely different to what I'm doing at the moment. But it's like I'm not actually going anywhere, so it's just a bit strange. But I'm looking forward to it. It's like I said, something different, something interesting, and something. But I don't know if it's interesting or not because I haven't started it. But it's just something new and like a different challenge. So I've kind of just getting my mind right on it now. With that, I need to focus on something, and this will be my focus for the moment. My fucking ADHD or whatever I've got. I'm trying to make sure I focus. There's two things I want to see. I've already said that's my main focus. No, there's 2 things now. 2 things I really want to focus on. One is that career aspect, and the other is my fitness aspect. I need to really nail down and knuckle down on that because I've been a bit off. So I've been so on and off, especially I would say the last 3 or 4 months. I was smashing it to I'm being lazy and smashing it again, lazy, and so it's there, but I know it's there. I just need to focus on 2 things I'm focusing on. Right. So I am having a beer, flat beer. It wasn't cold either. It was some bottles left over from the party. Actually, I'm just gonna stick one in the fridge, just because. Give me 1 second. I'll be back shortly. Actually, I can carry on talking. Oh yes. So that's my focus. That's what I want to do. Because I really need to. I think I've been neglecting that part, the career, job part of stuff for too long. Thing is, I think it was because my heel's hurting now. It's always one thing. It's one thing after another, isn't it? I went for a run last week and my heel started hurting, and it hasn't really recovered since then. I've been trying everything on it. It's like, but yeah, it's So yeah, I just need to focus. That's because I've like obviously I've been suffering with I've suffered with my mental health. You continue to suffer with it in some aspects, I suppose. But so that was like kind of that was holding me back. I was holding me back in terms of because if your head ain't right, you're not going to really. But I think I've done. I mean, just doing this, just getting this new position. I was just testing the waters to see. Because there's a way that you within our organisation, there's a way that you apply for positions internally and stuff like that. So it's a whole process, and they've changed it a little bit recently. So I just wanted to sort of get to know the process. I'll give it a try, see what the feedback comes back like, and then so I probably applied for about 5 or 6 positions. 3 of them were withdrawn before they went through the whole application process. So they kind of got the application and they said we're reviewing it, and then they said unfortunately we've had to withdraw. Whatever, it could be a funding, but that could be anything. So, and the 2 I didn't get, but they gave me some decent feedback. So okay, that's interesting. So I can look at that, which is what I wanted, to feedback, so I can kind of work. And the third one I got, I don't know if it was the third one in order, but the third one I got an interview. I thought, oh, that's good. So I booked the interview with them, and then I was on fire. I have to say, I was on fire on that thing. It was the coffee, I think. I had this big, really strong black coffee, not directly before, but a bit earlier in the morning, because I did the interview for the morning. My brain's on fire is more in the morning, anyway. But so I had the interview in the morning, and it's like, I was buzzing my way through that one. The coffee. I don't have a lot of coffee, especially strong coffee, and so when I do get a kick of caffeine, it kicks me in, and you know what happens if I start talking more? Well, you know what would happen. That's what happened. I wish I'd have recorded it. It was quite. It would be good to watch it back actually. It would be interesting to record that. But yeah. And then they put me on a reserve list. They didn't give me the position straight away, and then they said, put you on a reserve list if we have any other positions that come up, or for whatever reason somebody can't take the position, we'll pick off the reserve list. And I don't know how many people are on the reserve list, if any. But yeah, so they did that, and then they came a week and a half. I wasn't thinking again. I wasn't upset about it or anything like that. Like if I got it. If I didn't, I didn't. I just wanted the feedback just so I could build on it basically. So I wasn't holding out any hope for it. And yeah, they came back to me and said we'd like to offer you the position. I was like, what? Really? Little old me? So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was interesting. So it was my last day on my current team on Friday, just gone, and so I'll start there tomorrow. So I've got a couple of things I need to do. I know it's a Sunday, but I'm a nice guy. There's a couple of things I need to do in relation to my last position. But yeah, it's exciting times. Something different, something new. That's what I keep on saying to myself. And I'll find out what it is, more about it. I kind of know, but I'll specifics tomorrow. And meet the new team as well. So I better tidy myself up a little bit. I'm not too bad. I did trim this down and shave it the other day. Yeah. So yeah. In between, we've had the big wedding. We've had a couple of weddings. What's happened? Nothing. I think I've done one since then. But it was the gym wedding. So Brian and Paddy got married end of August. That was it was really nice. I really enjoyed it, because I was saying to her that I've been to. We always call it. I think I've mentioned this before. English weddings. So I've been to one before, like that. A good friend of mine. It's Ant. You all know Ant. You've seen him on previous podcasts, which we are going to start. I spoke to him the other day, and we are going to start. He's just he's having dog trouble, and his uni course and shit like that as well. But we've got a couple of ideas bubbling, so we'll be doing something like that again. And we'll be together. We can do it at his place, with the dog probably as well, the mental dog that he's got. But yeah, so yeah, when he got married, went to his wedding, but I was, which was wicked, brilliant wedding. Loved it. It was enjoyable. Really nice people. Really nice atmosphere. But this was different because I've never been involved in a wedding like this. So I was dubbed head groomsman or lead groomsman or head groomsman or something like that, and master of ceremonies. So like being involved in the process, with the groomsmen, with the suits, and getting ready with them, doing all their fucking ties because none of them could do a tie properly. How what, adults? Come on, guys, you gotta be able to do a tie at least. It was not only the groom, his best men, and the other groomsmen. There's only one groomsman who managed to do it. Whether it was he did it himself or Auntie Pat did it, I don't know. Shout out Auntie Pat. But yeah, I had to do ties for all of them. Could you do my tie for me? And they're just standing there. By the end of it, there's 2 of them just standing there going, "Can you do ours as well?" I'm like, "Fucking hell." But so if you see their ties, signature Dals. Had to fill the collar, so it was all but but just being part of it, and then doing some of the announcements and announcing the bride and groom in, and announcing for the speeches, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and it was like it was nice that it was appreciated by like the family. I didn't know a lot of the family. I knew some people within the family, but I didn't know it was nice to them to come up to me afterwards saying that you did a really nice job. You made us feel really welcome. That was nice. I was saying, I'm a chatty guy, so as you know, so it was nice to be acknowledged in that way. So I enjoyed it. The only problem with things like that is they come down, isn't it? Because you're really buzzing for the whole wedding, and like buzzing during the time, and the next day, and it's like it's done, and it's like when I come home, the washing machine are broken, and this is not working, and I've got to do this, and it's like back normal then. Back to normal life, back to reality. So it was, but memories in it. Memories. Was that Elaine Page? Was it from Cats? Was it Memories? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's ain't even got to my head. Yeah, so what have I been thinking about? What I've been watching? Oh, because I've never watched People Who Do Nothing it's BBC, but I think it's all on Netflix now. But it's an iPlayer. It's a BBC program, Corrupt FM. It's just funny. It's a silly. I always say silly, but it is comedy to comedy. It is quite funny. I did enjoy it. It was it did make me laugh. So. And I just watched this Norwegian series that Kirsty told me about. It was Mortem, which was actually, because I didn't know anything about it. I watched it blind, which is good. I didn't watch it with my eyes closed, because that's stupid. What are you on about? That's what you're thinking, I know it. I didn't read anything about it, I just watched it. And so it was like, it's nice the surprises that come through when you watch something like that. There was a film I watched that I always remember watching like that, was Let Me In, which is a remake of I want to say Danish, I could be wrong, but it was like Hammer remade it, and it had Chloe Grace Moretz in it. That's all I'll say. But if you haven't seen it, watch it, but don't read anything about it. It's really, that's what I did, and I was surprised. It's one of my random cinema visits, and I went, "Well, that looks interesting." What's that? It's a 15 or whatever. Yeah, that'll do. I'll watch that, and it was like, wow, because it was like that. I didn't expect that, and that's what you want, and that's where, when you don't know anything about film, you haven't seen any trailers. That's the kind of that's good cinema. That's because then you like, because some films you can, like, as soon as they start, you kind of know where they're going with, whereas that I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue about it. All I knew, the name. I saw the poster with her name on it. Okay, because I recognised her from, she was in Kick-Ass, wasn't she? As Hit Girl. So yeah, I didn't know anything. Like, there was nothing. And then I was a Hammer, so I thought it's got to be horror orientated. That's probably as far as it went, because Hammer make horror films, or thrillers, or like sort of more, let's say macabre. I like that word. Yeah, that's word of the day. Yeah, that kind of film. So okay, that'll do. That'll waste an hour and a half for me. So but yeah, watch it. Let me in. This is the I've never seen the original version of it, so I can't really comment on that. This is the remake version, which was more recent. I would say more recent, probably within the last 10 years anyway. But yeah, that's definitely worth a watch. But yes, so that Postmortem, that was a Norwegian one, on Netflix. That was pretty cool, fun first season, and I think they're only about 40 minutes long each. There's only 6 or 7 episodes. There was probably something else I watched. I've talked about Rurouni Kenshin before, but definitely watch it. I watched Shang Chi. Marvel, for you Marvel heads out there, it's awesome. It is one of the best Marvel films I've seen, and I love all the Marvel films anyway, but it is one of the best Marvel films I've seen. One of the things I really liked about it, now I've probably talked about it before. If you didn't know, I have a love for martial arts films. I've watched martial arts films since I was a baby. I was tiny when I started watching. I always remember my uncle had a poster of Bruce Lee on his wall from the Enter the Dragon one with the 3 cuts across his abs and on his face, and he's just standing there with his pose, in like one of his signature poses. It's a film set one, and then I remember my Jackie Chan films when I was a kid. I remember watching Enter the Dragon when I was a kid. I used to love the bit with the boobs because he was a kid and there was boobs in the film, and I was like, oh. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you were a kid and you saw like the flash of a boob or just slightly more cleavage than normal? Dear oh dear. Because now you kind of forget, because it's so easy now to see whatever you want to see. Basically, you've got a phone, you can find whatever you want to find, whatever your kink is. But back in the day, it was like minimal channels, and if you saw something on the TV, it was like, oh. I remember when, I think Channel 4 did like this season of like, I don't know, I can't remember this. It was like dark season or X-rated. It's like after 10 o'clock, they would put on some outlandish shit, man. For then, not for now. Now it's like, that's not even that bad. Then it was like, okay, this is fucking hardcore. It's a hardcore shit. I mean, they put like quite racy, and I'm not talking like Carry On racy. I'm talking fucking racy. From what I can remember, I can't remember specifically, but that was crazy. That was like, I'll be up till all hours watching that shit, and yeah, and you can imagine, yeah, the rest. But that's what you do when you're a teenager, isn't it? But when we were growing up and you see some boob on the TV, that was like, you'd remember that forever. I still remember some of it now. That's how long it fucking lives with you, because it's ingrained. It's like, oh, saw her tits, and God forbid you see some bush somewhere. No, I'm not talking about George. But yeah, it was but Enter the Dragon. Yeah, some martial arts film. So I love martial arts films, and then not that I went off them. I stopped watching them for a period of time. Then I started watching them again, like older ones and newer ones. So there was more modern ones, like the police story films, like with Jackie Chan, which were martial arts films, but not like your traditional martial arts, like set in traditional times. This was set in the modern times, like police stories about police, and he's a policeman. And then there was like but there was a classic martial arts films that I always used to love, like old school with the like the Shaolin kind of style and of films in traditional times. So I still watch them now. I was watching 36 Chambers of Shaolin not long ago, and but what Shang Chi reminded me. So there was a film, probably I would say late 90s, when I really got back into watching. So when I really got into Jet Li films, because I didn't really know a lot about Jet Li, and I saw him in Once Upon a Time in China, and that just instantly became one of my favourite ever martial arts films. And just really, really good story, really good action, really good martial arts. Jet Li was amazing, and the choreographer Yuan Ping. I think he did. Well, I'm sure he did the Once Upon a Time in China. He's a fight choreographer, or fight director, whatever you want to call him, and he did the Matrix films. But I mean, no knock on the guys in the Matrix. They aren't like these Chinese stuntmen. They aren't Jet Li, who's like a wushu, fucking expert. So they know how to, in terms of speed and choreography, they've got it down, and because they've done it all their lives, haven't they? But yeah, so Shang Chi reminded me of the first time I watched the Once Upon a Time in China films, because there's a series of them. But the first time I watched that film, I was like, this is like some next level choreography, man. Because I love the choreography, how they do it. And these were like, and Simu Liu, I think that's how you pronounce it. Simu Liu, who plays Shang Chi, he nailed it, man. That fact, the fights and the choreography and the action, the way they did it. Obviously, there's a lot of special effects because it's like it's a spectacular film. It's like there's a lot of shit goes on, and but yeah, the way they, I mean, there was some good, but that story was good. There was a family element to the story. The action was good. The comedy was fun. The cameos were fun. You know, there's some really nice little lines that were thrown there. I think they nailed it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting for the opportunity to go and watch it again, because I never got a chance to watch it for the second time. I want to go and watch it again, because I think it deserves a second watch. It deserves a second watch at the cinema, not on fucking TV or Disney or whatever you watch it on. It deserves the cinema. So I'm trying to see when the boys are free and we can all go together. The boys, I mean my boys. So the four of us can go together, because it definitely want to watch it again. I'll probably watch it, and when it comes on the Disney Plus, I'll watch it multiple times. Just because, you know, there's things I know, there's things I'll catch that I missed the first time. But yes, so there was something I was thinking of. I was thinking about. So I think I'm a bit of. I cause my own anxieties a lot of the time, not all the time. A lot of the time though, because as we all are, we're all thinkers. We all think a lot, and then we overthink, and that's where the trouble comes in. I'm the same. We're all the same. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't. But then it's how you manage it. Most of the time I manage it all right, but one of the things I think causes me problems myself is when because I don't talk to everybody in terms of mobile communication. My mobile's there. Mobile communication. So a lot of it's messaging, which is what a lot of us do, is message now of whoever you want to speak to. But a lot of it is messaging the back and forth now. So I've got to check the time because I've got to put the chicken. Yeah. I mean, there's certain people that I'll message more often because there's a regular communication with those people. So that's cool. But like with a lot of people, and I've said this before, is that I think I'm not the only one that does it, but I'll just talk about me specifically because this is about me. I hate being left on red. So when you talk, if you know what I mean, if you got, say on WhatsApp, because you can see it on WhatsApp, you can probably see it on Messenger as well, on chat, Facebook Messenger you can see it as well. But WhatsApp specifically is the blue ticks. So you know when you get the two blue ticks, that means the message has been seen. So if it's one grey tick, it's been sent but not been received. If it's two grey ticks, it's been sent and received, but they haven't looked at it. If it's two blue ticks, it's been looked at as well. And I hate being left on red. Unless it's like an end of a conversation, that's different. But if I've asked a question or, you know, I'm expecting some comeback on it, I fucking hate being left on red. And then it causes me anxiety. Because I'm going, why the fuck are they fucking ignoring me now? What the fuck are they ignoring me for? And that's me. That's not them. They could be busy. Anything could have happened. But it's like, and that's with specific people. Getting that straight. With most people, it's like, you know, fucking working, busy, battery's gone dead. It could be anything. It could be a million things. But it's like, in your head, you're going, well, in my head especially, I'm going, oh fucking hell, they're ignoring me now. And I was just like, oh fuck it, fuck them. I'll do that quite often. Fuck them. But the thing is, yeah, that's what I sort of need. That's something that's a screwdriver. Something I need to deal with because, like I say, I can't put that on other people. That's on me. But then on the flip side of that, there are people that you message who then don't come back to you. Sometimes like for days, and you know what? I can't be arsed with that, you see. That's like, you know, I think it's a bit rude. And I'll tell you for why. Because, and that doesn't matter, it's like if you want to communicate. If you don't want to communicate, don't communicate. That's fair enough. But you can't half-arse it. You can't go, yeah, I want to be in touch, but I'll message. I'll come back to you whenever, and then not even fucking answer your question. just come back with something else. So you know, you might ask a specific question about blah 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 work, and then they'll come back 3 days later, going, "How are you?" You're fucking just ignoring exactly just the last thing that you just wrote, like, and then you have to fucking forget that. I can't be honest with it. So it was about chasing. This is where the whole thing was like. I'm done that chasing the message. If I see it as if you can't be asked to. Goes for everybody and anybody, and I think everybody should adopt this. If you can't be asked to come back to me, then don't expect me to chase. That's what I was gonna say. I'll still be in touch. I'll still be here, but I ain't gonna be chasing shit. That's what it is, because that's what causes the anxiety. I think the chasing. So I'm not chasing anything there. I'm not chasing those messages. I'm not gonna constantly keep on messaging until you reply. And this, like I say, this is a few people, so it's not going out to anybody specific. There's a few people, so if you reply, you reply. If you don't, you don't. Don't expect me to fucking keep on thinking, because saying things like, "Oh, I never check my phone," or I'm crap with messaging. There's loads. There's 100 excuses, isn't there? You know what? You got a phone. You've got all this fucking shit on it. If you don't use them, then fucking delete them. Why have them? If you are using them, use them. But don't come at me with the excuses. It only takes 10 seconds to reply. I've got WhatsApps popping up now from messages I sent this morning. That's okay. That I understand, because I know who sent those, and I know they're busy. But yes, this was the. So I'm not chasing, and if you can't spare me 5 minutes, then why should I keep on fucking chasing? Spot in 5 minutes, 5 seconds, man. It only takes 10 seconds to send a message, not 5 seconds, just to say hello. But yeah, that was. I was thinking about that. I haven't fully thought it out. I'm just sounding that off at the moment. But yeah, and I am fucking serial messaging. If you message me, I'll fucking come back to you. I'm quick. It's rare that I don't come back to you like within. If it's not within the minutes, it's definitely within the hour. You'll definitely get a message back from me. Because I hate notifications left of. I'm like that with the notifications. I hate the if there's a little, you've got a WhatsApp notification, or you've got a message, or you've got a fucking voicemails are the worst. Who leaves voicemails anymore? But the voicemail notification, because you have to go into the voicemail. You can't get rid of the notification. You have to go into the voicemail, listen to the voicemail, delete the fucking thing, and then it'll go. But yeah, so I hate notifications on my phone, so I have to get rid of all of them. If I haven't replied back to you, there might be something wrong with me. You should know that. Anybody who messages me will know that, how quickly I'll come back to you. Or group texted. Groups are different. Groups are more because there's so many people on there. It's like somebody always jumps in. But when it's an individual one-on-one, then it's I'm quick. I'm quick on the draw. Fastest gunslinger in the West. It's been nice, this. I forgot how good this is. Me talking to myself. I like talking to myself. Make more sense. I make more sense to me. I do like me now. I don't know if I mentioned that the other day, or one of the last ones I did. I obviously not that I ever dislike me, but it's like I was told that I need to love myself more. Not in that way, you dirty bastards. You can obviously do that way, but but in terms of appreciate, and I do, because this is another thing I was thinking about for a very long time. Okay, let's just rewind that back a bit. My thoughts on this, and this is again not a fully thought out thought. I like to think this is me sounding it out. I'll probably change it slightly. The core of this is what my thought is, but I was just thinking about 3 different things and what's led me to this, but I think I'll touch on that another time. But just my thoughts at the moment was that for a very long time I thought I was a fluke, in terms of, obviously those who know me, and I get on well with most people. I would say that's not being cocky. I'm just saying I do get on with most people. I make the effort with a lot of people, and I try and get on with as many people. And I think I know where that comes from. That it's a childhood thing, isn't it? It's like that fucking desire to be liked. And I have got this fucking innate desire I need to be fucking known. I need to be liked. So I think I've figured this shit out by myself not long ago. Just because somebody had said something, again, I'll touch on that Not somebody, so I listened to something and some light bulb moment happened. But so for a long time, I used to think it was a fluke that, that I made friends or that people got on with me. I was just lucky. But now, and this is fairly recently, I'm talking within the last couple of months, maybe the last month or so, I've realised I'm not a fluke. I've realised I'm actually a nice guy. And not in that way, in terms of I've got a personality. I appreciate my personality. So therefore I appreciate myself. Love myself. So yeah, so like I say, I think this will be the title. I'm not a fluke. Yeah, so yeah, I but there was a real considerable amount of time. I used to think to myself, I'm just getting that on me. I think to myself, my heel. See if they're cold, they'll be better, won't they? I used to think to myself, it's just a fluke. Everything that I am and I'm doing, and how people are with me. I have to open it with a screwdriver because I can't be asked to get the bottle open. Fucking cut my finger again, haven't I? This is entertaining, isn't it? So yeah, so what I'm saying is I'm not I'm not a fluke. Fucking hell. It's opened really easy before. So if I do that. Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, so for the majority of my life I'm thinking, I'm just lucky with the people I meet that they like me. Or they're all lying and they're just pretending to like me. There was a lot of that as well. But the realisation has occurred that people might actually like me because I'm a nice guy. I'm a likeable kind of fella. And I'm entertaining, I think. I probably talk too much, but some people like it, some people don't. And some people don't like it when I say I'm the best person you never met. I like saying that. I just thought I think I have to think of a new one. But I am the best person you've never met. And if you've met me, yeah, my new one. This is what I was thinking was tell me if you think of this. I'll sign off with this. Actually, I won't. I'll wait a minute. I've got to go put the chicken on in a minute, and the match is starting in 20 minutes. Not everybody has a Dal in their life, but everybody deserves one. I like that. Tell me what you think. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Love you all, especially you. And I will catch you hopefully next week now. I'm going to try and do this weekly again. I'm trying not to go for 45 minutes. I could have gone for an hour. It's just because I've got to go do something. And I haven't spoken for a while. And like I say, if it's good for you, it's good for you. It's definitely good for me. Any feedback, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to say, anything you want to just fucking throw at me, just throw it at me. I'll give it a go. If not, yeah, whatever. I'm here to talk or not talk. All the social stuff will be on there as usual, on the in the description. And just signing off again with the. Not everybody has a Dal in life, but everybody deserves one.